BBC Hooniverse.
Hello and welcome to a quick version of Big Question. This is part 1 of a two-parter, and part 2 of Big Question will be out on Tuesday. Part 2 of another Big Question, because I've not worked out the correct title for the series. Now, this Big Question, we are going to talk about why the War Doctor in Television 2 doesn't get spoken about anymore. So I know that we can't have him appear in it due to the sad passing of John Hurt, but it doesn't mean he can't still be mentioned. So I know we've got the Fugitive Doctor to get us entertained, to get us intrigued in the Doctor's past. But what I would really want to help get into the Doctor's past is more information on the War Doctor. We don't need to see him. We can just give him monologues every so often when the Doctor mentions the War Doctor. We get more information, because I know that Big Finish has still uses the character of the War Doctor, but what makes no sense is why the TV Who doesn't even mention the War Doctor. Yes, they mentioned the Fugitive Doctor multiple times. Yes, I understand that. But what I don't understand is that they never mention the War Doctor anymore. It's like, Fugitive Doctor this, Fugitive Doctor that. But when will it be the War Doctor's turn to get mentioned? Why was the War Doctor not really in that scene with all the faces from Rogue, if I remember rightly? If I've forgotten that, then tut on me. And why? I don't know. We got him in the 50th anniversary. We got him just before the 50th anniversary, Day of the Doctor. And we got him a bit in the audio. We got him a bit after, due to the fact that he was continuing the story after. So, that doesn't really tell us much, in the sense of that do we know much more about the War Doctor? Do we know anything else? Do we know if the Fugitive Doctor knows who the War Doctor is? Do we know anything else? And my answer would be a big fat no, because it's hard to sort of try and find out if you know these things without knowing them in the first place, and that makes it really tricky. But you have to then examine the audios to work out, why do you reckon that War Doctor's not mentioned? Why do you reckon it's this? Why do you reckon it's that? Blah, blah, blah. And then eventually, you work out what's going on. You tell me it's like the War Master. We don't know enough about him in TV here, but we know a lot about him in audio. So that makes it more trickier, if you will, because everything becomes a lot trickier, if you will, eventually. So you sort of have to look at it in both ways, whether or not it makes sense or not. Do we know everything we needed to know about the War Doctor and they moved on? Or do you reckon they didn't mention it because of unfortunate passing of John Hurt, which means they can't use him anymore, but it doesn't mean they can't mention him? Monologue here and there doesn't mean it can't be mentioned, like the Fugitive Doctor has been mentioned several times. It doesn't matter if they're not in the room or if they're not on screen, they can be mentioned. At least words can be spoken and words can be mentioned. And so, that is the end of part 1. I'll be back for another 46-minute part 2 on Tuesday, because today is Sunday, the 12th of October 2025, and you will get my sequel to this part 2 on Tuesday the 14th of October 2025. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. That was me trying to be dramatic, by the way.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.